Welcome to Kingdom Stories, where faith comes to life. At Kingdom Stories, we bring powerful, faith-filled storytelling that inspires, uplifts, and encourages. Through modern-day parables and real-life narratives, we showcase God's presence in everyday life. Subscribe now and be part of a community where faith meets storytelling, and every story points back to God's love and grace. And now, let's begin.
The Parent Meeting. Jordan was a single father doing everything he could to raise his 10-year-old son, Eli. Life was a constant balancing act: early mornings, late work shifts, reheated dinners, and helping with homework at the kitchen table. He was proud of Eli, smart, a little quiet, gentle with others. So when the school requested a meeting due to a behavioral concern, Jordan felt blindsided. At the school, Jordan sat across from Eli's teacher, Ms. Reyes, and a woman he'd never met, Ms. Bennett, the mother of another student. Her tone was cool but composed. "Your son made fun of my son in front of the class. Liam already struggles with his speech." This made things worse. Jordan tensed. That didn't sound like Eli. His first instinct was to defend. "I'm sorry, but that doesn't sound like my son," he replied. "Eli's never been a bully. Maybe this is a misunderstanding?" Ms. Reyes tried to ease the tension. "We're here to listen to all sides, not to place blame." But Jordan's walls were already up. He stood abruptly. "Thanks for the meeting, but I know my son," and he walked out. That evening, Jordan sat down with Eli. "Tell me what happened. And be honest." Eli hesitated, then lowered his head. "I didn't mean to be mean. I just copied Liam's voice." Everyone laughed. "But I saw Liam's face, and I knew I messed up." Jordan felt the air leave his lungs. Eli wasn't being malicious, he was trying to fit in. But the pain he caused was real. The next morning, Jordan called the school and asked to set up another meeting. Back in the same room, Jordan spoke first. "I owe you an apology, Ms. Bennett. I was defensive. I didn't want to believe it, but Eli told me the truth. I'm sorry for what your son went through." Ms. Bennett looked surprised. Then she softly said, "Thank you. That means more than you know." She paused, emotions rising. "Liam's dad left last year. He's been having a hard time, and I think I have too." Jordan's heart softened. "I get it. I'm raising Eli alone too. It's hard not to take everything personal when you're carrying it all." There was a quiet moment between them, not tension, but understanding. "I'd like to invite Liam and you over sometime," Jordan said. "Eli needs to learn from this. And maybe Liam could use a new friend." Remember, the parent meeting reminds us that compassion often begins where pride ends. Ephesians 4 verse 32 says, "Be kind and compassionate to one another, forgiving each other, just as in Christ God forgave you." When we set aside assumptions and really listen, we open the door for healing, not just for others, but for ourselves too. Sometimes, love shows up in a second conversation, in a changed heart, in an unexpected friendship.
Subscribe now and be part of a community where faith meets storytelling.